17th of May 2023. Hello everybody, Sergey Volkov live. The town of Volkhov in Leningrad region of Russia, in only 110 kilometers east from St Petersburg. For the last 2 hours I was driving here. There was another live stream, was driving all the way through Murmansk highway, but now I'm here and we are beginning. It's 8:05 local time, Moscow time zone. So here is the same time as is in St. Petersburg, same time as in Moscow. And now I'm beginning here from the place, one of the central places of Volkhov. It's the House of Culture or the Palace of Culture, such a absolutely typical 1950s Stalinist neoclassicism, the monument to Vladimir Lenin, the leader of world proletariats and the founder of the USSR. Okay, so the town called Volkhov, because it is located right on the bank of Volkhov River. We yet will see that today. But in the same time, it's interesting that being next to Novaya Ladega, New Ladega, founded in 1704, and next to Old Ladega, one of the oldest towns of Russia, from where Russia is started, because that's where came Rurik, and founded the state of Russia, which was founded yet in 753rd year. Okay, this is, 100%, such a Soviet town, because that was founded in 1918 at first as the settlement around the very first hydroelectric in the country, the very first hydroelectric. They are constructed that for like 8 years, from 1918 to 1926. That's hydroelectric, not only still active, but it is even like now more powerful than it used to be, because they upgraded the equipment, and now that's hydroelectric. We call it hydroelectric station. Well, you say just hydroelectric, hydroelectric. So same hydroelectric, but with an upgraded equipment. It is now giving more energy than it used to. There's the hotel called Metallurgist, because another thing Volkhov is pretty known about. Here was the very first aluminium factory. All right, and such a residential. This is the end of 1940s, beginning of 1950s. You see, yes, Galina Bragina, hello. Galina Bragina also now said what I was about to tell you, that now the population of Volkhov is 38,000 residents. Well, pretty decent amount. Tina Van Allen, Marsha, Jay Vintage, Neil McDonald's, everybody. I say hi to everybody. This is the square, an alley, which is called Tchaikovsky Square. So we are now walking all the way through the Tchaikovsky Square. We will see today the hydroelectric. Yes, not only it's still active, but giving even more energy than it used to. In the same time, now it's a monument of constructivism. Because, back then, after the revolution, in 1920s, 1930s, they really started to play in so-called constructivism in architecture. You know, after the revolution of 1917, when the monarchy was removed, and when the Tsar and Tsar's family, Nicholas II, was murdered, assassinated, well, they wanted making the things which will be like different than used to be in the Tsar's times, and like in terms of architecture. You know, constructivism, it was like one of the alternatives and how to say, like opposites architectural wise to the Classicism, Art Nouveau, Baroque and stuff like that, which was popular in the times of Russian Empire and the Tsar's times. There's a huge park. When I was driving here, I saw. By the way, the air is pretty good here. I can feel it. Красное, белое, red and white. That is the largest chain of alcohol. I remember that no matter where I've been to, there can be like almost nothing, but there will be Magnet, the grocery supermarkets, or Peterочка, like Little Five, or I mean not or, and red and white, Goodfella, Hello, and Bear 13, Piman 884. Let's take a walk through one of the yards. The car's parked. This is not okay. This guy parked the car right on the lawn, right on the ground. So Volkhov, in fact, known mostly for two biggest reasons. The first reason, it's the first hydroelectric. The second reason, it was a very important spot during World War II for the defense of the Leningrad region and the, like, how to say, exit on Lake Ladoga, being not that far from it. Hello, Sligo town, Tane Iloske. Hydroelectric power plant is correct. Okay, hydroelectric power plant. We will see that today. Hydroelectric. That is the sport complex. The local sport complex, it's called the House of Sports, Yunist. Yunist means the youth. Alaskan Robert celebrates already 4 months of membership. Hi Sergey, beautiful day there. Yes, nice day. Not as sunny as several days ago when I was taking it to Old Ladoga and New Ladoga, Stara Ladoga and Nova Ladoga. But it's warm and it's no rain. Great weather. Right now it's plus 18 degrees Celsius here, which is amazing. Oh look, here is even interesting. It's interesting. I can see. Look, here is even some constructivist residential buildings. You see such a balconies. They were pretty typical for the constructivism. It seems like this residential building was built already like in the beginning of 1940s. It's when they already decided to go away from constructivism and to return to something more classic, to something what has then got a name, neoclassicism. Why they decided to refuse the constructivism? The thing is, the constructivism turned to be too brutal, because in the basements of, you know, a very strict and brutal forms and a lot of, you know, practicism, if I can say so. It's like not a single square meter for nothing. Good fella, as always, with his jokes. Oh yeah, go watch another video from Traveling with Russell. Yeah, that's interesting. It seems like I never saw such a template before. Look, when the section's like a little bit there, but actually look, if there would be a balconies on each floor, it will look like just a balcony section. But for the reason here is only one balcony, well, it looks unusual. Some friggin' graffiti. There's playground for kids. Meanwhile, here on the electric transformator that is responsible for the power in this block, there's a friggin' graffiti. A local store. It's like coffee shop there, Кофейня Солнце, the coffee shop called the Sun. Zest Catch, not sure what it is. And Ozone, it's a pick up point of Azone, something like a Russian Amazon. It's like when from so many sellers in one place on Azone.ru website, you can order everything and it all will come to you to one place. And usually they have such a pickup points, like there's a pickup points on like several blocks, always available in 10, maximum 15 minutes by walk. And that is the Palace of Children's Creativity in front of us. That's how it's called. This is Kirovsky Prospect, Kirov Avenue. Sergey Kirov was one of the most significant politicians of the early Soviet years. Prospect looks like their central street because look, it begins from the Palace of Culture and the monuments of Lenin and goes all the way there, and here I see such a more parade 1950s Stalinist neoclassical buildings. Another palace of kids' creativity, And yet even such a Soviet look, such a Soviet sculptures, monuments of pioneers. Look, the girl pioneer. The thing is, now what is called in Russia the palace of children's creativity used to be the palace of pioneers. Okay, pioneers. So there was one sculpture, and here is another. Playgrounds there on the territory of the Palace of Children's Creativity. Look, the Palace of Children's Creativity, what does it mean? It means the additional education which is unnecessary for the children, but if children wants to do something else besides the school program, they are coming to places like this. Well, this is, for example, the dances. That is a choral singing and stuff like that, and arts and whatever, robot techniques, fast reading, theater, like a drama section where they are making, like, staging a little scenes, making the performances, spectacles, Stacy Shields, hello. Hi, Fidjev 89. Все инструменты, all tools. It's a chain of tool stores. Next to the Palace of Children's Creativity, that is the college. It's called Aluminium College. Here they prepare the specialists in metallurgic, or should I say metallurgical industry. The thing is, I told you that Volkhov, it's not only the hydroelectric power plant, but it's also like known for the first aluminium factory in Russia. And look, here in the city we can notice everything is so free and green. Nice, quiet and clean town. Nice Soviet fountain. Absolutely Soviet. And the college, it's another great example of 1950s Stalinist classicism. Absolutely amazing flag of Russia there. Look at that columns, look at those porticos, and look at that artwork. You see, not long ago, also the whole town was decorated. For the Victory Day. Next to the Palace of Children's Creativity and Aluminium college, there's the administration of Volkhov. Ryan Mering, hello. Celebrates 7 months of membership. Volkhov is a very interesting town. Love the Soviet-style buildings. Yes, guys, let me remind you that the town was founded already after the revolution, and even though it's located just like 7 kilometers down the Volkhov River from old Gladygov, founded 1250 years ago, like one of the very oldest towns of Russia. Here we will not find any of those, you know, ancient architecture, not even the architecture of the Russian Empire. Here is already more like everything, like more utilitarian. It's constructivism, it's Stalinist neoclassicism of 1950s, it's Khrushchev buildings of 1970s. Well, maybe we will see some new neighborhoods, I don't know, but at least not in the historic city center. Usually in the historic city center, here is already no places for the construction of, you know, new neighborhoods. Oh, Magnet, a huge mall from Magnet. And by the way, not often you can see Magnet like this, Magnet like Hypermarket. Usually Magnet, it's all about, you know, the stores, like so-called neighborhood stores, or like one-step accessibility stores, you know, and it's more like Lenta. The thing is, mostly in Russia, the niche of hypermarkets, well, something like Walmart, it's like busy with Lenta, and I was taking it to Lenta. But Magnet, it's more about the stores all over, like in every frigging neighborhood, like in my neighborhoods. Okay, there I see seems like a power plant, or what is that? Oh no, it's interesting, but this is a local Volkhov branch of the company called Apatit. Do you remember I was taking you to Apatit, the town of Apatit, and Kirovsk? Yes, it's Fos Agra company. Fos Agra. Apatit, it's the minerals which are pretty much used for the fertilizers, for the production of the fertilizers. Now also, if we will go straight forwards, there we'll have to stuck into the fish plants of Volkov. Kirov Avenue. Finally, we can go. And this looks a lot like dormitory, or at least used to be the dormitory for the students of Aluminium College. Reds, hello, and everybody who continue joining. You see Volkhov, another another discovery we were never making before, and another town in my collection. So we are already about to reach 80 cities and towns of Russia. Look, finally some CNN content, but it looks like a constructor's trash. It doesn't look like, you know, it's not like people are throwing their food trash there. It just somebody was making, I don't know, the maintenance or something, and it's like all the construction garbage. So yes, I'm about to reach already 80 cities and towns visited in the frames of my channel. Special thanks to all of the members of my channel, because that's how it is possible. Look, yeah, you see, these balconies are so constructivist. It seems like that era of transferring from constructivism to neo, or what means new classicism. Yes, after like about 20 years playing in constructivism, the Soviet authority came to conclusion that the constructivism is like it's like too brutal. Need something more aesthetic. So, and this is a fish plant, Volkhov fish plant, according to my map. Yes, looks absolutely Soviet either. Hi, Mark Davis. Yes, Volkhov hydroelectric power plant still active. I was saying that in the very beginning. Not only it's active, but it is now even giving more power as before because of the upgrade of the equipment. Hi, Eleanor Lagerholm, Guitar Nat, everybody, Mark Davis. This is so-called STO, the Station of Technical Service. There's Moy Sam, wash yourself. Moy Sam, wash yourself. Yeah, you see now this self-service car washes are everywhere, and they are popular because, yes, it's like you have to wash yourself. You have to wash yourself, but it's way cheaper when you use a regular wash, when there's an employees are making that. And also the thing is, let's say in the summertime when you need just to refresh your car, you know, just to make a rinsing, it's like much better just to come by yourself and just to make the rinsing by yourself. If you remember, in several live streams while driving, I was making the live streams like that, and so you saw that, you guys saw that. You guys saw that how I came and just for like $2 I was rinsing all of my car. Volkhov Avenue. Here it goes along the Volkhov River. We are already really not far from Volkhov power plant. Soon we will see. Local girls. Some street art dedicated to the Victory Day. Look at that. Dedicated to the defenders of Volkhov in the years of World War II. Никто не забыт, ничто не забыто. Nobody's forgotten, nothing forgotten. The girls on the front. And that is actually the territory of the physical culture complex, sport complex called Metallurgist. Mayakovsky Street. I'm turning here. The house of... So they are selling the furniture here. Shelly Vasquez, welcome back. The Russian Guardia. You see that car? The Russian Guardia. Yeah, the car with those lamps, but with such a dark red lines, that's the Russian Guard. So how you guys love this exclusive? Oh, this is the medicine of my childhood. Yeah. And not only, that was the medicine of all the Soviet children. You know, the Soviet children are playing the games. Okay? Then, for example, you've fallen down on the asphalt or on the earth, and it's like you've scratched your knee or something, or your elbow or whatever. And what they're doing now the kids are just begins to cry, going home, and then the mothers there are just like you know, washing that, proceed with alcohol and you know, just normal, how to say, like normal stuff. Not sure how to say that in English, but back then we were standing up, we were laughing, not crying, and we were just picking up the stuff like this, spit on it, and you know, was glue on your elbow or on your knee, and that's it. Some industrial enterprises here. Hi Frankie McDonald's. How are you doing, man? Hey Frankie, hello from Russia, from the town of Volkhov. Hello Marsha. The car repair after service. Looks like one of the oldest buildings here. Free life. Why is Russia so ugly? It's not ugly at all. Why? Let me tell you why. That's because you are just an anti-Russian mofo. That's why you far-fetch. I'm sure you don't even believe what you say. On my channel I was showing so many absolutely beautiful places. Extremely beautiful and extremely clean places. Look, a wooden cathedral here. It's called St Andrews Cathedral. You know, it's like really northern Karelian style. It looks like one of those which in Karelia they are making using the technology of of the construction without the screws. Yes, such a technology exists. Not a single screw used for the construction of such a church. And that is the museum of the company called Agra. You see, it's right next to their fabric, or should I say factory. I was telling you about Agra last year when I went to Republic of Karelia, Murmansk region. You remember in Murmansk region, in the town of Apatity, they have their own place where they are digging the apatites, such a minerals which are used to produce the fertilizers. And look, here was just a typical water tower of the end of 19th, beginning of 20th century, but now they gave it such a, how to say, technologic look, and started the museum there called 15th element. Yeah, probably 15th element in the periodic table of Mendeleev. It's also like from Agra company. Another house of furniture. The office of the Volkhov branch of Apatit company, the office building. Agra Volkhov. the most significant workers of the company, the Wall of Fame. All right, and that is Sergey Kirov Square. This avenue named after him. Sergey Kirov was one of the most significant people in the early Soviet years. So the square also named after him. Sergey Kirov. Agra, Volkhov. Okay, now little by little, I'm already coming closer to Volkhov power plant. And that is really awesome. Seems like parking. Or is this the dealership? Now probably parking for the workers of the Agra plant. Look. Yeah, big factory, many people. Usually such a big factories are working 24/7, and people are always here. Natalia Kriventsova, hello to Italy. Seagulls. Can you hear the Steven Seagulls? Hi, Neil McDonald's. Where is Volkhov River? Well, it's here. The town is founded on both banks of Volkhov River. It's here in the city, in the town. The car repair and washing, car wash, автомойка, after wash. Hi, Ahmed Ismailov. The local gas station. Oh, look. The gas here is 1 ruble cheaper than in St. Petersburg. Whoa. Not bad. The bicycle lane. Hydro black. Actually, I supposed to walk here as a pedestrian. Not sure what it is here. Coming close to hydroelectric power plant. Now we will see there the monument to its founder, its main constructor, Genrikh Graftio. Yeah, that's it. Volkhov hydroelectric power plant. The very first hydroelectric power plant in Russia. Claudia Vodlich. Enjoy. That's it. Genrikh Osipovich Graftio, the main constructor of Volkhov hydroelectric power plant. There on the other bank of the river, the house where he lived, the house that he projected himself. Now there's the museum of the town of Volkhov. All right, now look at this. Well, later I will take you, you know where? I will take you to the other bank. That's where we will see the dam, the main part of hydroelectric. Look, such a Soviet fence, Soviet staircase. Well, this tile, it's not like the Soviet tile, but these railings, this fence, it is so typical for the early Soviet years. It seems like not long ago was 150 years anniversary of Genrikh Graftio. As I told you, now the hydroelectric power plant, it's not only the very first and active hydroelectric power plant, but in the same time, it's already a monument of constructivism. I can't go further. You see the fence? I'm really looking forward to go to the other bank to show you the dam itself. We now will go to the other side. Not far from here, there's the bridge to the other side. Hi, goodbye blue sky. Goodbye blue sky, thinking that I can be detained there. Well, yes, these days actually I can look a little bit how to say, suspicious walking near such an object as the power plant with the camera. But you know, it's just a hydroelectric. It's not a nuclear power plant, okay? Because, for example, there where's the nuclear power plant, I mean, they have, let's say, Sosnovy Bor, the town of Sosnovy Bor in the northwest of Leningrad region. Well, at least north or south, yeah, southwest. There's the patrol, there's the control, even on the entrance to the city. But here it's just a hydroelectric power plant. Yeah, but considering the time we are living in, well, that can be at least a reason for, you know, some questions. But you know what is the funniest thing? The funniest thing about it is that if I would be the one who wanted to manage something, I wouldn't act like this. Paul Harris, a lot of hydropower in Scotland. Well, here is as well. And in fact, the hydropower plant, it's just a dam which is using the energy of falling water, and that's it. high TDW Maverick. Again, we are returned to Fos Agra factory. Hi Rigby. This factory is really huge. You see, the economy of Russia works. Look, it's written there, the production of mineral fertilizers. Fos Agra company. The Soviet Zil car. Bus station. The construction store called Vimos. Everything for construction and tools for gardening. And I'm going direction of the bridge to get to the other bank of Volkhov. After all, we are on Volkhov River. So the city is named after this ancient river. So the name of the town, it's Hydronym, so-called Hydronym. A little business center. Just a building where several companies are located. Water boilers, pumps, ovens, the furniture fabric. Or the cats. That is already the bank of Volkhov. Здравствуйте, а не подскажете, этот мост, он пешеходный или надо дальше идти? Понял. Все понял, спасибо. All right. Look, another view on hydroelectric power plant. The very first hydroelectric power plants, and now we are lucky to see the waterfall. Well, in fact, the hydroelectric power plants are just the plants that are getting energy using just a falling water. Yeah, that would be really nice to take a walk all the way through this dam on that side. The river is kind of fast here. Normally, Volkov is not that fast at all. And that is the railway bridge. Yeah, a big railway goes through Volkhov. All right, let's move forwards. How is the fishing? Clayton Nelson. I'm here for the first time for all of my life, and so I have no idea how is the fishing here. Yeah, dudes. Yeah, buddies. Would be nice to see now the train. It's beautiful, right? This guy was fishing, it seems. Hello, Mirza. Oh! I wanted that, and I got that. Suburban train. Now we yet have time to get to the other bank. Dead end. No way further. That is the park where they have the monuments to the defenders of Volkhov. That's where was the border the border of the battles. The defenders of Volkhov, the Soviet soldiers, never allowed to move further. Yes, Joe Black. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I hear the birds chirping. I hear that too. Steven Mucha, hello. So that's it. The memorial to the defenders of Volkhov. The cannon. Wilson, I'm okay today. Exploring Volkhov, another town is in our collection. The town never visited before. Now we can write it down in our list. To the heroic defenders of Volkhov. 1941, 1944. Yeah, it's unusual to see 1944, but for Volkhov, the war was over in 1944. In 1945, the Nazis were already cleared off. They were cleared off from here already in the beginning of 1944. If you remember, St. Petersburg celebrates the end of the siege of Leningrad at the 27th of January 1944. And the towns in Leningrad region like this were liberated even earlier than 27th of January 1944. It's awesome, right? Look, there's hydroelectric power plant, there's the cargo freight train on the railway. The birds are chirping. Yeah, and that's all thankful to the defenders. To the defenders. That's why the memorial about them is there. They bring the peace to Russia, to Volkhov, to Leningrad region, to all over the country, to all over the world. Hello, Patrick Irish. Wow, what a long train. Not like that suburban train. Well, that's the economy of Russia works. And that's why the sanctions never worked the way they're supposed to work. Guts on the bridge. It's now just a walking bridge. The main bridge is there for cars. The next one look, 100 kilometers, only 100 kilometers to the east from St. Petersburg, and I see how here now it's getting darker earlier than in St. Petersburg, for about like maybe 15th earlier. Hello, Meshmore. How do you like it, dudes? Okay, I'm on the other bank of Volkhov River in the town of Volkhov. Yes, and the river Volkhov and the town is Volkhov, and Volkhov Hydroelectric power plant. You're heading now, Sergey? Sharp pencil, the artist. Yes, I'm heading. I'm not standing. I'm moving. I'm moving forwards. Hello, Scott D. Hi to Chicago. Now I just want to get until the house of Genrikh Graftio, the main constructor of the hydroelectric power plant, whereas now there's the museum, and also we will see that dam like really close. That dam of power plant. And then I will go back to my car and we'll drive back to St. Petersburg, having one more location in my list. So today you've got a complete imagination about what is the town of Volkhov. Yes, you see, it's a 100% Soviet town, small Soviet town with a population of only 38,000 residents, pretty industrial. Was growing up just as the settlement for the constructors and workers of the very first hydroelectric power plant in Russia. Yeah, nice, quiet, clean industrial town, 110 kilometers east from St. Petersburg. On the bank of Volkhov River. And that's how I actually finalizing the theme of the towns on Volkhov River. Look, it's like only 4 most significant towns on the bank of Volkhov. That's Old Ladoga, New Ladoga, Novgorod Veliki, and Volkhov, this one. And you see, now I actually covered them all. It's beautiful. I like how people don't drive like maniacs. Sometimes you can meet the people here who will drive like the maniacs. All right. I think it's kind of safer for me to get to the other side. Ooh. By the way, it's like already becomes to be kind of hot in the jacket. That was Agra factory. We were walking. Now imagine we are already on the other side. Hydroelectric, the oldest in Russia. The monument to constructivism. An architectural style of constructivism. Will you be streaming the drive home, Sergey? I will. It's too bad the trees here it's almost dark, but I think yes, we'll have the time to show you that graffiti old house. Shelly Vasquez, thanks so much for the super sticker. Thanks for the appreciation. Oh, look, wow, they have the bridge here. Finally, wow, finally, the culmination. Смотрите, the culmination of today's live stream. Wow, this is the culmination of today's live stream. I have found the spot where we can see in the hydroelectric the machine parts and the dam. Whoa. This is it. Now you can see the very first hydroelectric power plant in Russia, built from 1918 to 1926. The whole town growing up as a settlement for the builders and the specialists of this hydroelectric power plant. And we are now happy to see the waterfall. Sometimes they are closing it, and we don't see how the waterfalls no. What? Only on my channel. Force Agra, Volkov hydroelectric power plant. Вот так вот. So is that the church? No, it's not. The church is further. There are two churches next to this hydroelectric. The one is older than the town, was just a settlement church. Here was some settlements, really small settlements, villages. Maybe that's it. Yes, Joe Black. We are using the same card, I mean map. Oh, that's it. Archangel Gabriel. The Archangel Michael. Church. An active church, the bell tower. That is absolutely obvious, an Orthodox Christian church. Sergey is approximately 62 miles from St. Petersburg. Yes, I was making the live stream driving here. Driving here from St. Petersburg. It is taking 2 hours. And that is the chapel. The chapel of Elijah the prophet. And it's right next to Genrikh Graftio house, the constructor of Volkhov hydroelectric power plant. As the residential building he projected himself. Now that is the museum of the town, the museum of local history of the town. In a regular hours, everybody may come and find out more about Volkhov. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the time and place to say bye for today. If you love watching my driving videos, then yes, I will see you in like 20 minutes from now when I will return to my car. Now we'll call the taxi and we'll return to the central square of the town, and we will go back to St. Petersburg. Otherwise, see you tomorrow from Volkhov, from Leningrad region, from Russia, with love. Sergey Volkov, Volkov Live. See you.